We've got a packed show tonight, including the SAG Awards post-game show. Some upsets tonight. We'll discuss that in just a few. Also, the live MMT of Pixar's latest hoppers. But let's start with a story that I think is bigger than all of that. It touches on the state of film criticism, which of course you guys know I criticize heavily all the time here on MMT. Welcome in here live from Los Angeles. In the background, by the way, a track from Scream 7. I love this when I heard it, and I didn't know what it was, so I had to do some digging, and here it is. It's Royale Otis's Who's Your Boyfriend? Let's talk about Scream 7, because it had a very big debut, and that was to the great disappointment of a number of virtue-signaling critics who abstained. Holier than thou. I am too good to watch this because Paramount is so bad. Because we have to insert our politics into everything. All of the critics. I mean, virtually, right? You guys know what I'm talking about. We've talked about how often. The vast majority of critics in the space are hard, left-leaning, virtue-signaling dweebs. That's actually too kind to call them dweebs. I apologize. I should go harder, and I will. Trust me. We're not even close to where I'm going to go here tonight, because it's time you guys help me start calling these people out. They need to be held accountable for their pathetic, cowering to the mob actions. I am not a fan of ever apologizing to the mob for some great injustice that you brought unto the world, right? We hear about that all the time, how you've got to make it right because the people that are pissed are demanding you apologize. Someone's feelings were hurt. Too bad, man. I'm Gen X. I got news for you. We don't give a shit, okay? We said nasty stuff all the time to one another, and we all got through it just fine. This younger generation, right? You can't say mean words. Words are violence. No, actually, I got news for you. Violence is violence. Yeah, right? I know. But let's take that giant leap over the chasm. You said something mean. But let's talk about Scream 7. You look at this debut at $64 million here in the States, 97 on the global for a very victorious Paramount. So all of those virtue signaling critics, they had no effect. They all think they mean so much. Even I admit, I have some power in the space, but ultimately, no one person makes or breaks a film. If that were the case, Poor Things would have bombed. No one would have seen 28 years later. Beau is Afraid. Well, not a lot of people saw that. But you catch my drift. You have to find someone you trust, someone who's objective, someone who doesn't have an agenda. And tonight, we have someone who really fucked up. Okay? And the reason I'm going to call this person out is because she, and by the way, we're not attacking her because she's a woman. She could be any sex under the sun. And I'd have the exact same words to say tonight about our MMT film fraud, Perry Nemiroff. Now, if you haven't seen the clip I'm about to show, I'm going to warn you, this is going to be hard for you to stomach because you're not going to believe the level of martyrdom that this woman displays to the world in her righteous decision to not see Scream 7. You guys ready for the clip? I warned you. This is your chance to leave if you want. but it's too late now. I'm playing it. Here is a bit of the quote Mary hour. I can tell you right now, before I play the clip, I guarantee you that this twosome has never come close to touching the excellence that the gold standard does every single time that we come on the air. I promise you, just watch. just watch. Here it is.
Yeah, it's a bad movie. And I was kind of worried because, like, what if I like this movie and stuff like that? I wanted to. Really did. Like, seriously, I want.
First of all, why would you worry if you like the movie? What are you talking about? Dude, who is this guy? What are you even doing? That nullifies you as a critic to say, well, what am I going to do if I like it? I say this all the time. I've hammered films on the lead up going, this is going to be bad. This is going to be bad. And I've come on here and I've said, whoa, I'm surprised. You guys know that. So I want to be liking a film. He does say that, but I never say, like, what am I going to do if it's good? I'm going to say it's good. What do you mean? What am I going to do? You're going to say the film works or it doesn't. You're a critic. You are not an activist.
Wanted it to be a good movie just so I can contextualize it the right way and everyone can make their own choice. But guess what?
Oh, I just spilled my seltzer.
And that's my
He's got to quote contextualize it. What? We're talking about a horror film. Yes, Melissa Barrera was booted for words she said. Similar to Gina Carano, right? Remember that? Did you have the same outrage? I doubt it. Because one's okay and the other one isn't. We don't apply the same standard, do we? Double standards, let me tell you right now, double standards are one of the biggest issues I have, and I will be vehemently opposed to anyone who displays double standards. But we haven't even gotten to Perry. Look at her over there. She's like so sad. I'm being so performatively sad. Oh, God, I'm going to fucking cry. Let's just continue. I can't. We still have like another. How long is this thing? I'm not watching all of it.
3. I won't come around on this because it's written on a fucking napkin in crayon.
That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Can I just say this? That even if this film isn't good, I think it's better than 6. 6 was trash. But no film, that's just like the lamest. Even Beau is Afraid, a film that's one of the worst films ever made, is not written on a napkin with a crayon. It's just, that's even beyond what I do. Right? This is so, just look at this guy. Who the hell is the dude on the right? I have no fucking clue. Okay? But y'all asking me who I don't know. I don't watch the Mary Hour. This is not even watchable shit. The two of them sitting there in a living room. What is this? We still haven't got to her. That's my fault. I apologize. I keep stopping it. Sorry.
Cool.
Oh, God, right. So dramatic. Cool. Okay, I guess I gotta say what I gotta say. Because my words are so important. I'm gonna make this thing fucking tank this weekend. That's what she's thinking, right? I have that much power. I'm the almighty Perry Nemiroff, who's a Collider employee and can't even salvage movies because if she did, they wouldn't do the interview with her or it'd be really awkward. You think I can go interview Ari Aster? Hell no. Because you have to have no connection to these films. The one time I had a connection to a film that I was kind of good with, but not as loving as much, I decided I'm not going to do that again because I had kind of a connection with the director, and I'm not doing that again. It's not happening. I'm going to have to just sever all ties. It's perfect. It's the best way to operate when you are in any kind of critical space.
I'm not reviewing it. I didn't see it. I'm not going to see it.
Oh.
I feel like at this point, I might as well explain some of why, because people know.
Tell us, Perry. We're all just
I
dying
love
to hear
this franchise, and
right.
I've been like added and messaged nonstop asking me where my review is.
Really? Because we all see. She just tipped off her ego. How big it is. You guys think I have a fucking big ego? This is all a big joke. This is all a big act. A lot of it is, right? It's very authentic. You guys know that. But I have never in my life said, oh, I got a bunch of messages people. Where's your review for this? Because the almighty, lordly Perry Nemiroff hasn't weighed in. I don't know what to do. I don't know if I'm going to see it because Perry hasn't told me if it's good or bad, even though she never savages the movie, because she does interviews for Collider, and you can't do that because they will pull your interview. I'm sorry. I keep stopping it. Damn it.
And I'm almost embarrassed to admit that I was wavering on whether or not to.
Why are you embarrassed to admit? They are acting like this was made by Hitler. Hitler directed Scream 7. That's what I'm led to believe. If you just walked into this, you'd be like, holy shit, did Hitler resurrect and then direct Scream 7? Because they're acting like that's exactly what happened here.
To cover it and basically using every excuse in the book. Like, it's your favorite film franchise. It's your job. If you pass on work opportunities pertaining to your favorite franchise,
oh, it's so sanctimonious. Oh my God.
Will those companies overlook you the next time you want to cover a horror?
Oh, yeah. Okay, Perry, you really have to worry about that. You have never savaged a movie like I have. Are you kidding me? This is not even like what reality you're living in. He works for Collider. No one's going to turn her down to come into a press screening. Whereas the studios go, Weber's coming? Nope, can't come. It's fine. I don't care. It makes it good for me because it allows me to savage this shit where I don't care if I'm getting an invite from one of the studios. I don't want to go hang out with these critics. And hang out with these people? I don't think so. I want to be like within 50 miles of these people. Unfortunately, here in LA, I am. The good news, we don't cross paths. And I guarantee you this, after I have savaged her over the past 24 hours, I'm doing it again tonight. She is 100%. These people will go in and go, well, if Weber ever shows up at a screening one time, I'm not going to be there. You have to choose. Is it going to be me or him? These people are that fragile. Whereas I'll walk in and I'll see one of these clowns that I make fun of all the time. Who cares? Okay? I'll talk all the fuck I want. You want to start something? I'll start something. I'm not worried about it. But I'm also not going to be like, well, this person's here, so but these people are like that. Trust me when I tell you it's happened before.
I basically came up with a massive list of like why it's okay.
Oh, thank God.
And ultimately,
thank God you
every
came up.
single one
She
of those
spent all of her time coming up with a massive list of whether or not to watch a film.
reasons felt incredibly wrong to me. I don't like how this movie came together. I don't.
Hold on. Let's pause here for a second because this is interesting. She doesn't like how the movie came together. Okay, guys, you ready for some fun? This is the same film fraud, Perry Nemiroff, talking about Scream 7. Remember, she said she doesn't like how this movie came together. Let's listen to Perry talk about this in an interview with McKenna Grace, who, as you guys know,
horror filmmaking
is
first you
in
experienced making Scream
the film.
7.
Let me scoot ahead. I actually just I can't stand
lot of
shorts
firsts.
because I can't like go to exactly where I want to go. Hold on for a second. Here it is. Here it is. Give me a second.
You're joking, of course.
Isn't that always how it goes?
Here it
always
comes.
how it
Here it
goes.
comes.
This question might be a little safer
Listen.
because we know the cast that's in that.
Mm-hmm.
The cast is exceptional. There's a whole bunch of franchise newcomers that I love, love, love. But then also there's a lot of iconic folks returning from previous Scream movies.
Does this sound like somebody who, hold on, let's rack that back again. Let's listen to her one more time over here on this one. Let's listen to what she has to say one more time.
And ultimately, every single one of those reasons felt incredibly wrong to me. I don't like how this movie came together. I don't like.
Okay, she doesn't like how the movie came together. One more time, back to Perry talking to McKenna Grace. She sounds pretty, she doesn't sound like she's not loving it there. So why are you so duplicitous? What's going on? Can you even trust her ever again after this shit that I'm playing here tonight? At least you guys know when I savage Avatar 3, I told you guys I wouldn't see it. Did I see it? No. Okay? I stick to my word. You don't see me down the road talking to James Cameron going, I loved Avatar 3. That's something that Perry would do. Without question, based on what I'm seeing here. Say one thing, do another. Perfect for this town. This is why she interviews stars. This is the perfect person for Hollywood. Talk a bunch of bullshit and then really don't back up a lot of it. Say two things. Two-faced. So this is, by far, our biggest film fraud in the history of this channel. And we've had some bad ones. And this is definitely number one. But I'm sure, you know what's going to happen? I'm sure I'm going to be in trouble. He is doing this to a woman. I just told you I'd do it to a dude. I'd do it to a dog. That didn't come out right. I would do it to anybody. It doesn't matter. But that's right. That's the shield that I'm going to hide behind. He's being mean to. It's your actions, Perry. It's not your sex. Do you understand that? So if you have a problem with what I have to say, you're the problem, not me. You are the problem. One more time. You are the problem, not me. The guy who calls people out is not the fucking problem. If you don't like it, too bad. Then don't do the thing. If I was doing this thing, I expect someone to call me out. If I said I'm not going to go see Avatar 3, and I said it is disturbing the way that they treat the Avatarians. They're called, I don't remember. Right? And then I go to see it, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? Wait, you just said you weren't going to see it. So at least she's not seeing it. But she's not consistent. There we go. There's our film fraud tonight. She shouldn't ever praise the first film ever again because the Weinsteins were behind. Exactly. Right, Kevin? That's how this whole logic goes. It's really the woke mindset. It is. Okay. And you guys know I'm not woke or anti-woke. I try to be objective, and I am objective about almost every single topic we talk about. If I have my decision on something, it's because I was careful with the evidence and fair with it, and then I rendered a verdict. When you look here at her mentality, you could just go all the way back there and say, well, the whole franchise is a shit show because of Weinstein. But, listen, she's the angel of film Twitter. She's so perfect. It's Perry, the perfect Perry. And by the way, she's messaged 24 hours a day saying, where are your reviews? I don't know what to do with my life. I don't know if I should go to the movies or not. So there she is, our film fraud tonight. And exactly right, Thrash. It's also a complete and utter trashing of all the critics like Perry Nemiroff, who said, this film's going to bomb. I'm not going to throw my support behind it. And we have that much power that we're going to bring this film down. I got news for you, Perry. You moved the needle 0. Okay, 0. That's how much you move the needle. How does that feel, Perry? But you know what? The funny thing is, like I said, for a Perry Nemiroff, her ego is fucking huge. Okay? You think, listen, no. Listen, I know I'm confident, but I don't sit around going, well, people are waiting around for my review. If you like it, that's cool, but I know you make your own decisions. I don't know. I'm getting besieged by people. How come you haven't said anything about the movie? I don't know if Collider's still relevant. I don't watch Collider. I don't listen to Collider. I don't watch Perry and whoever the dude is on the right. I have no idea. I don't watch any of this. Mark, I'm not going to boycott seeing a movie due to some production troubles. I don't care whatsoever Melissa said or didn't say whatever says. I just want to see a good movie. Exactly. Well, Mark, even if you do care about that, and we do care that Melissa Barrera is not in the film. She is a fucking smoke show, okay? Melissa Barrera is so hot. Okay, so we've already discussed that back on Thursday, Mark, right? I am very much missing Melissa Barrera in this film. So even though we definitely enjoyed Neve Campbell, she's more age appropriate, but still, Melissa. So my point is that I still get rid of that. Even if I am missing her in the film from a physical standpoint. See, this is it. They're going to seize on this. All the people are like, this is the Weber. See, he's attacking Perry and he's saying Melissa Barrera's got a hot body. What the fuck? This is some bad shit. This guy needs to be banned from society. That's what these film losers say. You know, trust me, they do. There's so many of them out there. She tried to be like, well, listen, but the funny thing is, if she's trying to do some kind of thing, this is authentic. Like, I cannot make this up. You guys know how much I trash Avatar 3. And then I don't see it. It's not like I all of a sudden, there were 3 people protesting. I think it was more than that. But hold on. What Jason Collider had Frosty stealing Drew McWeeney's movie. I have no idea. I don't know. I barely know who some of these people are. Mark, yes, she is, right? She's so hot. Okay, we'll come back to this. I could definitely do more on this in a minute. Okay, a couple more comments, but then I'm going to bounce over to SAG because a lot of stuff just happened. And then we still have to get to Hoppers tonight, and we got to talk about Paramount, Warner Brothers. There's so much. So I'm going to try to get to everything here tonight. If Paramount smart, They would dump trucks of money off to Melissa and Jenna for Scream 8. Film make a ton of money with all of them back. I mean, there is a way to extend the olive branch, as the phrase goes. And I think that maybe, but I don't think you really need them now because you've set it up with Sydney's daughter, who more than likely is my guess. For Scream 8, she goes to college. I mean, it's just right there, right? She's in college. The killer's in college. It's a couple of kids. Very similar to almost like a Six setup, right? You got the two fanatics, and they go to the same college, and they go there specifically to be there with Sydney's daughter, and then off you go. We're getting another one. I mean, we know that. This is guaranteed after this weekend. Melissa's a mid-actress. Well, okay, she might be, and I agree with you, but she's not a mid-body. She is 100% like 97 out of 100 body. Okay. So we're way up there on the MMT scale, the score. It's way up there. So I don't care about the acting part of it. I care about this is what gets me in trouble. Weber, you're such an asshole. I can't believe you. This is the worst thing I've ever heard. My ears are bleeding. You're just a terrible person. Here we go. It's the Actor Awards. I call it the SAG Awards. I'm not calling it the Actor Awards. It's not that. It is SAG. Guess what? Sinners won tonight. So there's a surprise, but not really. Go back to last week when we had the Tourette's whole thing, right? The BAFTAs. I called it. I put it out on Twitter. I just sent it out. Go look. Not pulling it up right now. I said, I believe that event is going to push Michael B. Jordan in particular to a possible Oscar. And what happened tonight? Michael B. Jordan just won over Timothée Chalamet. And I'm telling you, it has to do with that whole narrative, right? He played the victim this week because he heard a word he didn't like. Listen, I'm not suggesting that that's a word anyone should be using, okay? But here's the thing. I don't know what the appropriate word is for a white person, okay? I believe it's cracker, correct? I believe that's correct. Okay, now I understand it doesn't have the same connotation, but I'm just telling you this. I'm never going to let a word affect me to a level where I'm like, I'm devastated. I can't get out of the house. Someone called me this word. Now, understand, this is coming from a white guy. I get it, but I'm just saying, you get what I'm saying. If you let a word have power over you like that, then you're getting controlled by something that, in this case, someone with Tourette's syndrome doesn't have control. Okay? Just blurt shit out. Well, do you think, well, it's racist because he has Tourette's? Okay? Last I checked, Tourette's, you just spit shit out. There's times on this show I have Tourette's. Well, watch out. That's what's finally going to cancel me, right? Weber said he has Tourette's syndrome. But I guess it just goes back to that night and the way that they milked that. They definitely milked that. There's no question about it. If Michael were here right now, he wouldn't like the question by saying, Michael, did you milk that? He'd be like, yeah, I milked it. Well, because he'd have to. He'd have to say he milked it because he did. And I'm not suggesting that it wasn't an issue. Like if I'm up on stage and someone yells that, and certainly I know the connotation of the word, I understand the impact, but still, it's a word. It's a word. Again, words aren't violence. They're not. I'm sorry, they're not. I'm not going to have this discussion that they are. They aren't. Now, if I say physical words that are violence, like literally go do something awful to them, like very specific, that could obviously be construed as words or violence. But saying a word, no. And again, you can't let it control you like that. But it did control the narrative here to get him to a win. It was a big part of this. I'm telling you right now, it 100% was. And we'll see what happens at the Oscars. We still have 2 more weeks for that. Can you believe that? Can we just talk for a second about how long this award season is and how ridiculously long it is? We are into March. Okay, we are 3 months into 2026, and we're still talking about films from last year. And don't tell me, like someone came in and said, well, a lot of us haven't seen these movies. First of all, Sinners was out in middle of last year, okay? One Battle came out in September, right? Early October. There's your 2 biggest films. Everything else that's anything dropped way before Christmas. The last one in was Marty Supreme. So you had time. You've had 2 months. So what are you talking about? We need to keep going. People haven't had a chance to see it. The movie's been out forever. We're talking about Sinners for about a year. It's too long. Way too long. The award season needs to be over February 1st. Done. No more. Okay? February 1st, drop dead date. No more. Past that. I want everything in January. Every weekend is something big, sometimes 3 a week. Let's do WGA, SAG, and what? Then we'll do Oscars. Like every weekend something. Fine. Critics' Choice first, then Golden Globes. Next weekend, PGA, DGA, and SAG. Then BAFTA, and then Oscars. So I guess it'd be 5 weekends. Fine. Then it's early February. It's over. Not March. We got to squeeze this thing a month. We got to squeeze it an entire month. I don't care about these films anymore. I bet you don't either. I'm on to this year's films. Okay? So I don't understand why it's taking so long to get to the Oscars. Just do it already. On the other winners here tonight, Jessie Buckley, no surprise, she will win. She's won everything on the way in and here tonight. Also, Amy Madigan wins. What? Guys, Weapons. What? Go back and watch my reaction stream from that movie. It's goof. She's fine in a goofy role, but I can't believe we've arrived at a point in history where something like a performance in Weapons from Amy Madigan is the winner for supporting. Listen, the award show luster is gone. We know that. Oscars have lost all their value after Anora last year really destroyed it. And you look at, over the past several years, just a lot of real missed opportunities. Go back to Tar, not winning a single Oscar. It is arguably one of the very few masterpieces of the 2000s, Tar, and it has 0 Oscars. But Everything Everywhere, a hellaciously overrated film, ends up sweeping. Okay, that, Anora, go back to Coda. There's just a lot of films that have really destroyed the reputation of what an Oscar means. And, you know, you're looking this year at 2 films that are hellaciously overrated in Sinners in One Battle. And we know why they are in the mix, okay? First of all, you have esteemed directors, no question, but you also have the social value of it, right? You've got the One Battle. Hey, it speaks to now. It speaks to ICE. And then you talk about Sinners, talk about race relations. You're talking about these are films going to be propped up by people in Hollywood, by Perry Nemiroff, people that love to do that and score their performance virtue signaling points. And that's exactly how this town operates. And I'm so glad that I have no part of it because I would never do it. I've told you guys a billion times. You bring me in as the head of a studio, I would instantly eradicate every vestige of DEI. And anywhere that it was in the studio, it's gone. It is eradicated. We are never coming back to that. We're hiring merit only. It'll never come down to the color of someone's skin or their age or their sex. It does not matter who's the best person for the job. End of discussion. And if you bring up anything else to me after what I just said, you are fired. Okay? We're going to go back to the old school way of doing things. And that's how we're going to run this place. And then the meeting's over. And again, back to Hollywood. And look at the awards. It's all these critics. Dude, you don't understand. You guys have no idea how far left the majority of these critics are, right? I mean, so many of them. Let's just put it at a number of like 95% plus of all the critics, look, professional critics that are out there. They are hard left. And that is an issue. You should not be hard left or hard right when you're reviewing a film, okay? It should not even come into it. That's why I try to be as objective and agenda-free every time I walk into a movie theater, and you guys know that my evaluations are always fair. Whether you agree with them or not, they are not politically charged. And the issue is the majority of critics in the space will overvalue a film based on the race of a director, based on the sex of a director, based on the subject, based on the premise, based on the studio. If it's Paramount, oh my God, awful, these people. So that can't enter into it. This is what instantly nullifies and eradicates any kind of credibility these people have forever going forward. Perry Nemiroff can never be trusted with a review ever again. She couldn't before because she works for Collider. She can't destroy films. You show me a film that Perry Nemiroff has savaged the way I did Beau is Afraid, Poor Things, Everything Everywhere, on and on and on. Babylon. How many more do you want? Sinners, I savaged. How many do you want from me? You're going to get none from her. Why do you even bother? But don't forget, she's got an army of people that have been asking, where's your review, Perry? Our whole lives revolve around you. Okay, Perry. Okay. Obviously, she has voices in her head. She clearly has some kind of issue because there's no way in hell anybody's sitting around waiting for Perry Nemiroff to weigh in on anything like, oh my God, now I'm going to see it because Perry said it's good. The same one who tongue bathes every single critic that every single celebrity she interviews. Never asks a hard question. And like I said, going back to Perry quickly on that whole situation with Scream 7. If she was so troubled by the Melissa Barrera firing, why don't you, when the actor gets in the room, say, without being, combative, without being full of conflict, just say this. You're walking into a franchise that has a number of people a little bit, disappointed in Paramount's decision to blow Melissa Blair out. So here's the thing. Do you have any issues? Do you think about that when you come into a film like this? Now, granted, see, that's not, I could even soften that, but at least you throw it out there so you show people, you show your cards. This is how I think. Because if I'm going to ask a question, like if I'm talking to Ari Aster after watching Beau is Afraid, I'm going to say, Beau, Ari, I'm not a fan of this film. I think it is such a selfish film. And I'm sorry, this is the way it is. What led you to even make this? You know, granted, he's going to walk off, but I'm not going to sit here and turn it into some kind of, oh, you're so wonderful. This is what someone like Perry Nemiroff is excellent at. She excels at bullshitting. I am terrible at it. If I don't like it, I'm going to tell you. Okay, it's reality. And like I said, the one time I didn't, because I was a little too close to the director, it's never going to happen again. It'll never happen again. I had someone who follows me on X who worked on a big film this past summer, and I absolutely destroyed the film, and they saw it. But you have to think, you still have to do it. You cannot hold back because of your relationship. I don't have a relationship. We barely know each other. It's like Twitter, right? Give me a break. But even if it's a good friend, you know, if my good friend makes a film that's bad, I'm going to say, listen, man, not really good. I don't know where to start here. You've got to do X, Y, Z. But the thing is most people will have a problem with that. I have no problem with confrontation because it's, as long as it's fair. You know, we'll go back to what we just did with Perry off the top. Hoppers is next, by the way. We're doing Hoppers. Is you look at what I did was fair. So I don't want to have any discussion about what he did wasn't fair. All I do is if it's there, if it's fair, if it's needed, if it's necessary, and you would argue it's not necessary, I'll decide if it's necessary. That's not your call. That's my fucking call. You got it? Do not tell me what's necessary. I don't need the film Twitter people weighing in telling me you're being too mean. This is too much. That's not a criticism. A criticism is you saying, why did you do it? And then I say, well, can't you see? She's two-sided. She's duplicitous. What are you talking about? It's right here in front of you. Don't be dishonest with me. Be honest. Say, I understand what you're doing. It's fair. If you don't like it, then move on. Do not tell me that it's not fair. It is fair. If it's not fair, then we have a whole nother thing, but I'm not going to do that because I told you guys, we are fair. We are the gold standard. We are objective to a fault, I would argue, on this channel, okay? And if some of you don't like that, again, I don't care. It's my deal. I'll do whatever I want. My channel. Congratulations to Chalamet and Rose Byrne for winning the top. Oh, yeah, that's right. African-American. But what's interesting here is you've got, or is it, yeah, right? Isn't that ACTA? When you look at tonight, you've got SAG and Michael B. Jordan wins. So that's great. Hey, they went with merit, clearly, which is great if that's what they think is the best person. Decision to Leave and Tar, masterpieces. Jason, I totally agree with you. You know how much I love both those films. 2022 has, I would argue, four of the best films of the 2020s without question. You got Tar, number one. You've got number two for me. I would probably have Decision to Leave, but I would have very close to that Moon Age Daydream. The Bowie documentary by Brett Morgan is one of my favorite films of the 2000s. I watched that 4 times in theaters. I adore that film. It is artistic glory. And then you look at Aftersun. Those 4 films are better than anything that we had in 2025. I talk about often like the NFL draft, right? There's years that have great players. There's years that don't. This year's kind of a down draft. This year was a down year for cinema because everything everywhere. Oh, sorry, One Battle, but that too. Hellaciously overrated, right? Sinners, hellaciously overrated for the reasons I just detailed a little bit ago. So when you look at 2022, it was a better year, but then what makes it even more painful is that Tar didn't win. It's completely unforgivable. There just is no other way to put it that they really fucked up. And the fact that Cate Blanchett did not win for that is an embarrassment to everybody that's in the Academy and a stain that will remain forever through the annals of time, how bad that is. That's one of the biggest misses ever because it's one of the best performances we've ever seen in a film. It is time for the MMTE of Hoppers. This is our live evaluation / review. We call it an evaluation because it's not really a critique. It's telling you what works and what doesn't and how I can make it better if I can. It is now time for Pixar's latest. It's Hoppers. I saw it yesterday. Here comes 30 seconds, and then we get into it live here on MMT.
What is this? Mabel, we call it hoppers.
Hoppers?
We put this into this. Yes, this into this. They worked! And they were in the seam den.
No.
How you doing, girl? What's up? Nice feathers.
I understand you.
It's good to be alive. I have some things I'd like to say.
Lizard, lunchtime snack, giant snake, ants fight back, slippery log, dancing frog. Enough.
Disney and Pixar's Hoppers.
Okay, here we go. Listen, you can see the premise. It's nutty. I like it. You're talking about taking a human brain and putting it into an animal so that said animal, a beaver in this case, can go into nature and get the beavers to build a dam to save a conservation area. There it is. That's synopsis in like 10 seconds. I think I nailed it. I want to like right now. And that goes a long way, okay? It is Lord and Miller light. You guys know how much I love Phil Lord, Chris Miller. You talk about them coming up here with Project Hail Mary. You go back and you look at Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. You look at Lego Movie. You're talking about two, wow, adaptations, some of the best we've ever seen in the animated space. And yes, Lego is an animated film. So if I'm calling it Lord and Miller light, that is a big praise. But it's not Lord and Miller. Because if it were Lord and Miller, it's a better film. I want to see that version, okay? I think it's funnier than this film. I think it's more lively than this film, even though I think this film is lively. It has a very good heart. I always like that. I talk about this very often. Films either have a dark heart or a light heart. This film definitely has a light heart. You look at, obviously, you look at a Terrifier, a very dark heart, okay? Very malevolent heart. Understandably, that's horror. This is a family film, but still, right? At the center of a film is the heart, and this film is very much a light film about relationships, about saving the wildlife, about all kinds of wonderful things that I enjoy watching on the screen, because as much as I do tend to go towards the critical side of things, and I have to do that a lot, ultimately, I talk about this often on this channel. I'm a force of light. I'm not a force of darkness. If you misconstrue that, that's on you. If you really look, you're seeing a force of light, not a force of darkness, and this film is just that. Here's the issue. It's overblown, overlong finish. The entire film comes in a little bit too long, about 145, really should be about 130, 135, and I think it comes down to that ending, which you have the mayor and the evil mayor and just so much going on, and it just comes down to what I talk about all the time in almost every evaluation that we have. It's about compressing things and making things smaller. It's always the choice to go bigger, right? Let's make it grander. Let's make it crazier. And I'm telling you, very often, the better answer is smaller. And I wish the film had done that. Overall, I had a good time. 87% is a nice grade on this film. It's a return to form for Pixar. If you go back to Elio, that film is not good, okay? Whatever they were trying to do with Elio didn't work. And I understand there was a tussle in that film as far as he's a little gay kid, and they didn't quite get to put that out there. They had to mute that and muffle it. And in the process of muffling his gayness, the film just didn't work. And I know a lot of you are like, why is he gay? Okay, that's not the point. The point is I'm dialing in exactly why Elio didn't work, because you couldn't go where you really had to go if you want to tell that story when you have to constrain yourself. Imagine if I'm trying to do a review and I'm like, well, I don't know if I should say this. I can't. I have to have the freedom artistically to do what I need to do. And then if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I can't be saying to myself, I wasn't able to say what I was going to say because you told me I can't do that. That's a problem. Now, what I want to talk about with Hoppers, this is very interesting. This is more important than anything else I've talked about tonight. When you watch Hoppers, and you're going to see it here, I bet you're going to take your kids, and I recommend you see it. I want you to pay attention to this. This is very key, and I'm not kidding about this. In Hoppers, they basically disclose to you that cell phone towers are terrible for you. Now, they're going to present it under the guise of a fake tree with speakers, but we all know that typically a fake tree doesn't have speakers. It has all of those 5G antennas on it. Now, you think I've lost my mind? Trust me when I say this. There's a reason it's in the film, and I saw it, and I'm telling you, if you pay attention, you'll see it too. We all know that any study has proven that cell phone towers, even though we love our cell phones, my cell phone's right here, we all have them, we all love them, the Wi-Fi, the 5G, it's not good for you. Those signals and all that stuff is not good for your health, okay? They don't want to disclose that because they want you to still use the cell phone. So the dangers. Look, okay, talk about this just quickly. I'll get some comments. I use AirPods, right? So I wear those, not tonight. These are corded because it's just easier for me. They fit right into the mic. It's easy. But when I go to the gym, I've got my AirPod Pros, and they're amazing. I love them. And I understand those aren't good for you because you got that Bluetooth firing through the skull. I can tell you this. Listen, I don't live a life where I'm saying you shouldn't do something because it's unsafe. Because listen, there's a lot of stuff that I guarantee you is way worse than we think it is. But you can't go through life saying, oh my God, we're all going to die. We are at some point, but you see what I'm saying? Like, I like my earbuds. I understand there's a risk. And if one day something happens, I'll be like, well, I like the earbuds. I talk about it all the time with me and my Diet Mountain Dew. Diet Mountain Dew is not good for you, okay? It's no way. There's so chemicals and shit. It's got 0 calories, which is why I love Diet Mountain Dew and Mountain Dew Zero. I'm not kidding you guys when I tell you this. I drink 4 a day minimum. Today I had, 5. Let's see if I get this right. 4 Diet Mountain Dews, 2 Mountain Dew Zeros, plus a large Diet Coke on the way back from the beach today. So I am caffeinated. Can you tell? But my body's so used to it that it's no big deal. I'm not telling you it's healthy, but I'm going to tell you that I like it. And that's so back to what I'm saying. Yes, the cell phone tower danger's there, but we're still going to use our cell phones. We're not going to give up our cell phones. There's no way. Even if they told you they are slowly killing you and you'll be dead with it, and I don't care. I'm not giving up my cell phone. Let's just be honest with each other, right? Okay. So there's that. By the way, can I just say this? Is there anybody else in this entire space who would do the stream that I have done tonight up to this point, 41 minutes in? There is no other person on the planet that could do what I just did. No one. That's why I say not to worry about AI. AI cannot do this. AI would never be able to handle MMT because we are so specific and odd, and the Riddler's channel from the Batman, that you can't replicate this. There's no other way. And, I think that's good. I really do. I hope you enjoy it. And I'm not going to stop saying something like the cell phone tower disclosure because, that might make someone uncomfortable, or, oh, wow, Erick's like out there. Who cares? I don't care. I don't worry about you judging me. You shouldn't worry about anyone judging you. You do you, okay? As long as you're not hurting anybody, you're not doing anything bad for society, you do you. Don't worry about what these losers on X have to say. They mean nothing to me, okay? I'll be at the gym tomorrow killing it. Played volleyball for like 4 hours today. Played pretty well. I don't think about the losers on X, okay? It's not even a thing. Not you. If you're watching, you're not the other people, okay? But that's the thing is, right? So go through your life, live your life, and don't give a shit. Give 0 fucks. Swear to God, that'll get you a long way. I mean that. I learned that a long time. I swear to God, Kevin, I swear to God that if you want me to lose my shit, if you bring up deep focus lens again, I swear to... Hold on. Let me see if I got this right. Give me a second. Hold on, guys. Can you see this? So can I do the whole Hoppers interview, the whole thing again? This is deep focus lens, everybody. I really liked the juxtaposition of the beavers to the humans in their natural habitat. I think that was really an interesting collage of ideas. It really affected me deeply because I believe that the filmmakers here were really, their intention was to discuss how nature is all one thing, right? Think Avatar. This is, by the way, this is way outside of what they do. It's like Avatar only, for kids. And there's nothing wrong with that when you look at it. I think it's a great way to introduce these concepts to kids that are out there. And what better way than through the vehicle of animation? Guys, I'm not kidding you. This is a fucking improv show. That's exactly what I just did. This is improv. None of this was rehearsed. I have not watched Deep Focus Lens in forever, but I'm here to tell you that is exactly what she would do. Oh my God. You want to see a meltdown show John Campea is what a fucking clown. John Campea is a fucking clown. I will bury his ass any day of the week on a live stream. It's not even a contest, dudes. He might be the OG. He might be around. He's bad. I'll destroy Campea. I mean, this isn't even a game. This is like, dude, what? So yeah, John knows. Don't even bother, dude. You'd waste my time. I don't have time to waste. No, I do, but I don't want to waste it on you. Okay? Yeah, whatever. Listen, no, there's no way that deep focus lens is coming on because I just literally just did everything. Tonight's kit, by the way, Fiorentina. I want some love. This is the player fit. Okay, I do want to apologize tonight. It's the only apology that I'm gonna offer for this channel, certainly tonight. It is missing the Serie A patch. Now, I understand that this is very inside baseball, but please listen to me. Every time I buy a kit, I have to have the league patch on the shoulder. It's on the right shoulder, my right shoulder, okay, the left of the jersey. But right shoulder, it's not here. I have not added it. Next time I have it on, there will be a patch. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So this is a kit from, I believe this is Olympique Lyonnais from France. Now look, okay, so this is the kit, and now look what I'm talking about. Do you see this where it says respect? You see this right here? Respect. Okay, and on the other side is the soccer ball, football. So I added that to the kit because now this is a Champions League jersey. Before it didn't have it. So I have not done that. I know I'm losing all of it. It doesn't matter. My point is have a passion and be a nerd about it. That's my passion. Adding patches to jerseys, right? Okay, let's watch a trailer. I need just a second. I just need a second to see what trailers are out there. I didn't even look because I just had all the show up to this point, and then I was going to, we can show Jim Carrey, talk about that in a minute, but I do want to watch a quick trailer because we haven't watched one yet. Ooh, Faces of Death. You guys ready for this shit? Okay, get ready. I've not watched this yet. This is the remember Faces of Death when we were kids? By the way, kiddos, this is a red band trailer. Okay. So if I'm just going to warn you, this is red band, so which means the kids can't watch. So this is instantly going to flag my video. First of all, I've got news for you guys. My videos get flagged way before I show a red band trailer. Okay, they're like, this is definitely not for kids. This is not for really anyone's healthy consumption. Okay, here we go. It's a red band. I have not watched this. Remember, Faces of Death, going back to when I was a kid. Face of Death was that VHS scary shit that was like, these are real videos of people who died. Now on X you can find that anytime. You know, here's someone who got mowed down in a hail of bullets. It's all the time on X. But back in the day, you had to get the VHS of Faces of Death. So here it is. I've not seen the trailer yet. It's a red band. This is going to be fun. I'm actually looking forward to this because I want to see what they did with Faces of Death. Here we go. They really let that red band play. Ooh, Legendary's in on this. Wow. Yep, there's the VHS. Yeah.
Now it is time to witness the many faces of death.
I can say right now, I already like that right there. Whatever that score composition, whatever that is, that's cool.
Come on. I dare you.
So it's going to be like Saw, right? It's going to be a Saw kind of thing. I'm not a big fan of the torture porn. So I don't see Hostel. I saw one of the Saws. I want to say Spiral. I like Spiral. Spiral's like the first movie back in theaters. Remember during COVID, you couldn't go or everyone you know would die. Faces of Death. And oh my God, you're just too much. It's too much. You're too much. So you can't do these things. You're saying things that they're not right. We need to have this pulled from the air. This is worse than the VHS of Faces of Death. We've got to stop this MMT. This is bad for the kids. Trust me, there's film Twitter people out there going, oh, this guy's the worst. He holds people accountable. He doesn't play to the studios. He doesn't give a shit. These are bad things. We need people that fall in line. We need people that don't mention things that are unpleasant. We need people that go along to get along. But Faces of Death, probably going to be NC-17, right? I would imagine if it's not hard R. I mean, we can go pretty hard R these days. Terrifier obviously goes over that line. And, you know, look, we've seen AMC, Regal, they play Terrifier because it makes them money. Terrifier's an X-rated film. It is 100% X-rated, right? So if Faces Death goes X-rated, there's not like the studios, it's not like the theaters won't play it. That has been broken, right? That whole seal of it's got to be R, not NC-17 or X. And I know I think it's been broken in the past, right, with some unrated films, but I mean, Terrifier just pushes the limits so far. I love Art the Clown. Don't get me wrong. I told you guys, if I were to, I wish I could take Art the Clown and make another version of Halloween with Art and just tone the violence down just a little bit. Just turn down the volume slightly. I don't need it to be, but it's just so crazy. It's so much that the last one was the last one I'm going to see. I'm not going to see Terrifier 4. I can't. After watching 3, I'm just kind of out, right? Tapping out because it's not for me, right? It's understandable what I'm saying. If it's not for you, it's fine. But at least I'm being honest about that. But it's not political. What I'm saying is not political, right? I'm not seeing Terrifier because I don't agree with the politics of the director. That's what Perry would say. I'm not saying that. Perry would say that. I'm not that. I don't bow out politically. I mean, I don't necessarily agree with all the politics in one battle after another, but I didn't go in there and say this film's bad because of politics. I didn't like it because, like, tonally, it's shit show. It tries to do the comedy and the drama. I don't like that. I want a drama, or I want a comedy. I don't want the comedy drama. Comedy dramas rarely work. Rarely. Parasite, always bring that up. That's a great example of a film that's able to pull off both those things. But it's rare. Usually one of those two elements suffer. One of those genres gets buried or overtakes the other. And I think when you look at One Battle, you're talking about just moments that are undercut throughout of Sean Penn, who won Best Supporting, by the way, tonight. When you look at Sean Penn in that, in Lockjaw, the character name is goofy. It's like something out of He-Man, which was what did I say? Slice Jaw, whatever the He-Man character is. And then he's got a hard on. He's like, I love black women. What are we doing? This is shit. Like PTA. Oh God, I'd be embarrassed if I wrote that movie. I really would. I think you guys, if you think about it, you really would be too. Not a good film. Not a good film. It's well directed. But I believe Paul Schrader said it wasn't very good. He's had the exact same things. Paul Schrader's a lot like me. He just say whatever he wants. I love Paul Schrader for that. I talked to Paul Schrader at the A24 Christmas party when I was going to those things. And they didn't kick me out because now I'm so outspoken. They go, no, he can't come. But when I was still invited to those things, I talked to Paul Schrader for a while. He seemed like a good dude, just really just kind of just straight shooter. And you can see that in a lot of the stuff he has to say, but One Battle's hellaciously 100% Omega. It's very well directed. That's the takeaway. We talked about that, the directorial scope. It looks great. I mean, it's PTA. He knows how to make a film. So clearly that's not going to be the issue. Like, that coming in with any director that's handled the technical side. You go back and look at Honora. I like the technical feel of what Sean did with that film. I hate the screenplay. It's rare that you get that director who can pull off the perfect direction and the perfect screenplay. You look at a film like Social Network, we talk about it often. It's not the director pulling off both. The director does his thing and the writer does his thing. That's the marriage we want. That's the sandwich we want. And unless you have that, you're going to have something that suffers typically. Doesn't mean it happens all the time. I'm just saying, especially when you're trying to do tones. Tonal shifts are not advised. You can have a little comedy, but I don't want to try to have a little both. Like, let's just juggle both these things. It's not going to work. I'm just telling you, it's not. One Battle doesn't work. It just doesn't. There's no debate. It doesn't work. You might be told it's working. You're being told it's working by the same agenda-driven critics who would never say a PTA film wasn't good, especially one that deals with the ICE situation, right? Now we're getting the politics in. That's how these people operate. That's how they think. And I do not think that way. Was Pilly on NC-17? I still got to get around to that. You guys know I don't have a problem watching graphic sex. I'm not a big fan of graphic sex in a regular film. On Pornhub, it's one thing, right? Not in the theater. It makes me uncomfortable. And I understand why Gen Z or millennials, they say they don't want to watch it. I don't watch it either. It's whenever you're there in the theater, it's like some scene that's just goes too far. It just makes you uncomfortable. It has nothing to do with whether it's gay or straight sex, okay? It has to do with just the sex in general. If I have a relationship movie, I'm just going to have them wake up in the morning. I'm not going to show them doggy style. And I think that's one of the issues I don't love about a film that we love from last year. When you look at Twinless, is that even though I understand it's a gay film, right? Ultimately, it's about a gay relationship, and then eventually the two guys one guy's gay and one's not. But again, I understand you want to show it. I just think you need to show it briefly, and that goes for straight sex or gay sex. I just don't want to see a lot of it. So call me a prude. I don't care. But again, if I want that, I'll go to Pornhub. I'll go to X Hamster in the old days. I know no, I know you think there's a normal porn site called X Hamster. You guys, come on. Wild Things. Yeah, you're saying how they handled it, right? Versus the graphic sex. I'm not a huge fan. All right, let's see. Do we have another trailer? Might have one more, and then I'll talk. Oh, yeah, actually, okay, here's what we'll do. I'm going to talk about Paramount, Warner Brothers, then I'll watch Jim Carrey, then maybe one more trailer, then we're out here. Let's do Paramount and get the latest there. Give me 1 second. I have not loaded this up. We did a whole stream on this. If you guys missed that, it was on Thursday when the news broke. I think we did a great job about just kind of the overall feel of it. Here it is. This is from NBC News. Actually, you know what? I see one here from AP that's kind of cool. Okay, here we go. Let's do this. Here we go. Can you see it here? Hold on. I got to pull it up. There it is. All right. This is what this article has to say. The end of Hollywood or a brighter future, what a Paramount-owned Warner Brothers means for the movies. Okay, let's see what they have to say. Lindsay Barr, who is sometimes a film critic, two of Hollywood's oldest studios may be consolidating into one. In a shocking twist, after a months-long bidding war, Paramount has emerged as the apparent victor in the fight to acquire Warner Brothers. Netflix backed away, blah, 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 blah. Here's what we know. Why did Netflix bow out? Simply put, it's no longer financially attractive. We talked about that. Yes, that was back on Thursday. Okay, let's go next. What are Paramount's plans? Paramount Skydance chairman, CEO David Ellison, Hitler himself, that's what Perry would tell you, and that he would like to grow their combined slate to more than 30 movies a year, keeping Paramount and Warner Brothers as standalone operations. I believe, and we talked about this Thursday, I believe there's a much greater chance of Paramount and Warner Brothers existing separately and keeping their studios intact, physically studios, the one that's literally 5 minutes down the street from me, and Warner Brothers, Paramount, over the hill, pretty close, down in Hollywood. And I just want to see both of them around. Okay, I don't think Netflix would have done that. I really don't. Netflix wanted that Netflix brand to be emblazoned on Warner Brothers. And I think in this case, you might get a Paramount Warner Brothers kind of thing, but I really believe there might be a Paramount Warner Brothers separate. Even though it's owned by Paramount, we're just going to call them two separate things. Because why would you change it? I wouldn't. If I were stepping in, if I'm part of Ellison's team, I'm like, let's just keep Warner Brothers as it is. We're going to have to restructure. There's no question, guys, that people are going to lose their jobs. They were going to lose their jobs with Netflix. They're going to lose their jobs with Paramount. And I can tell you this, that anyone who tells you otherwise, that, oh no, Netflix is going to keep everyone at Warner Bros. Bullshit. You guys, you listen to Ted Sarandos, who lies about everything. I mean, you don't think he's a politician saying whatever he needs to get the deal through? I think Ellison's the better guy. He loves movies more. He loves theatrical more for sure, okay? Theatrical is everything on this channel. It's everything to us. We want to see movies succeed. We're seeing a lot of them start to fall. Little ones here and there. I called that months ago. I told you guys we're going to start to see theaters fall and disappear, and they're going to go out of business, and it's starting to happen. I said it was coming. I warned you, and here we are, okay? It's going to continue. It's only going to increase. It's not going to get lower. It's going to go higher. Be ready for that. But we still are going to have movie theaters in New York, LA, Chicago, the big cities. Wherever you live, I can tell you this. If you have 3 theaters, you're going to have 1. If you have 5, you might have 2. Wherever it is, you're going to lose 60% roughly of the theaters that are open near you, without a question. Instead of driving 5 minutes down the street, you're going to have to drive 20, maybe 30, maybe all the way across town 45. It's going to be more of a one hub location. I promise you I'm going to be right. Don't even argue with me. I see the future better than anybody else in the space as well. I am objective, but I'm also very much of someone who can see patterns and see things long term. Most people are not good at that. They don't pay attention to signs. They aren't fully aware. I am way too aware. If that's one problem I have, I am way too locked in almost all the time, and I can see everything. It's why I'm good at film criticism, because you look at my ability to watch a film and see all the elements kind of unfold, like I talked about, like a magic eye book. That's how it works. But back to this, Paramount is the better choice, no question about it. They've also said they're going to look for ways to save some $6 billion through job cuts and duplicative. Is that right? Duplicative. That's a fucking weird word. Operations. Right? We can't have duplicates. We can't have someone doing the same job. So we're going to have one PR team, or let's say get rid of like most of one and take a few from there, the best performers. Okay? No question. It's happening. Okay? How's Hollywood responding? Most people are happy about it. I mean, I would be too. I mean, no, the stars don't even like Netflix. A lot of them won't even work with Netflix. Look at what Emerald Fennell just did with Wuthering Heights. She worked with Warner Brothers because it was theatrical. And by the way, that film's almost at $200 million. It's going to break even. So I don't want to hear about Wuthering Heights bombed. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. You don't be biased. It didn't bomb. Okay. One Battle lost way more money than Wuthering Heights. 100%. Yep. 100%. Weapons made them a ton of money because it didn't cost as much, right? It's all about that budget. Warner Brothers movies accounted for 21% of the domestic box office. We talked about last year how Minecraft, Superman, Sinners, really talk about Minecraft and Sinners. They turned around last year. Last year was awful. It was one of the worst beginnings of the year, way worse than even this year because we have Scream already this weekend at 64 million. Last year it was nothing. Then all of a sudden Minecraft out of nowhere goes to $1 billion, right, worldwide. That was, I didn't even think, I thought that, I knew Minecraft was a big deal, but I thought maybe 500 million would be good. They doubled that. That was a phenomenon. So was Sinners, okay? So Warner Brothers is essential, 100%. And Paramount is going to up their, I believe Ellison's going to up their production because Paramount doesn't put out that many movies. They're going to go, this is good for Hollywood. This is the best case scenario. It says right here, look, is this a better outcome for movie theaters? 100%. You don't even need to ask that question. Like, I don't even need to read all this. Duh. I said that on Thursday. Well, HBO Max and Paramount Plus combined. Who knows? Who cares? It's streaming. We don't give a shit. Well, regulators approve the deal. Remains to be seen. That's fine. There's not too much to learn from that. But there we go. We all win. This is a win for us. No question about it. Yeah, the Saudis. Again, listen, there might be some Saudi backing here. I'm just talking, I don't want to get in the political side, right? All elite. I know you know that about me. I just want to talk about movie theaters. Saving movie theaters, Paramount winning is a win. 100%. Let's look at Jim Carrey because I have not done that yet. I understand you said he looks, he gets his eye. The thing is he can have all the face work he wants, but at the end of the day, if he doesn't, if he has different eyes, then we have a problem. Here we go. You ready? Here we go. Let's go look on X right now for Jim Carrey, and let's find something here. Give me a second. Here it is. This is it. Okay, so look. So on the left is Jim Carrey, and on the right is Jim Carrey, allegedly. But first of all, his nose got more bulbous. Do you guys see that? Okay, the nose got more bulbous, no question about that. Let me zoom. Okay, so look, that's more pointed, more bulbous. Now, granted, he could have, it looks like it has almost the same indentation, though. Do you see how it goes down? His left nostril kind of goes to the middle. We all have that, right? One side's a little bit. So most people, it comes down. It looks like it's almost the same. His teeth, hard to tell from this picture. Ears look roughly the same. Can't see all of them. The eyes are the issue. So looks like Carrey has brown eyes, and in this one, that almost looks blue or gray. So yeah, that's really, really, that almost looks like Zach Braff on the right, doesn't it? It looks more like Zach Braff than it does Jim Carrey. So I understand why people are saying this because, again, eye color. Look, so I got the sunglasses on tonight. By the way, new shades, purple. Look, dude, look at by the way, brand new background tonight. I'm a little love for the graphics. I know we have multiple shades of purple. Purple and pink are our home colors here on MMT, and we're home tonight. When you, I have blue eyes, okay? I know they're hard. I don't feature them prominently. I probably should. I'd probably get more viewers. But here's the thing, is that if all of a sudden they're brown, you're going to be like, is he wearing contacts? Eye color does not change, to my knowledge. So this is really an issue. Let's read some comments and see what they say. Hold on. Let's go to the comments and just read through these. See what I can't believe he ruined his face. Clearly. Look, someone put it to Grok, and Grok was like, no, these aren't the same person. Wow. Yeah. Oh, by the way, you see this? You see Mickey Rourke? Mickey Rourke worked out at my gym down in West Hollywood that I used to go to, and he was creepy. That motherfucker was there. He's still pretty jacked, right? He's pretty big, but his face was so bloated. He was so creepy. I saw him and I was like, oh shit, that's Mickey Rourke. And he's just like, his lips. I told you guys, listen, as a dude who's aging, I'm no longer 28. Sadly, I have not done implants, right? I've never got fillers, all of that, or like we talked about with the what's it called, the facelift, where they pull your eyes back like this. By the way, I'm not saying I look Asian. Do not come in here and tell me that. You guys have seen this. There's a guy that, like him, they yank your skin back like this, okay, And like the guy came in the gym, there's this guy and he's like this. And I'm like, bro, you look like shit. And he's like, hey man, I didn't say that. I didn't say that guy looked like shit, but he's like this. And I'm like, dude, why did you pull your face back like that? Okay, listen, don't do that, dudes. Okay, listen, don't even get like lip implants. Just let it go. I got wrinkles. We got all kinds of shit going on. What do you want me to do? I'm not going to go in and get face work as far as like the fillers. It doesn't look natural. But yeah, Mickey Rourke, hold on, let's go back a few more. It's my Mickey Rourke story. People are just horrified. There they go, eye color, right? Here's this guy right here. Exactly. I mean, it's not the same. I would argue it's almost not even the same eye shape when you look at that. It's definitely creepy. I think there's a lot to concern yourself. And you look at Val Kilmer messed his face up, right? Remember when we saw him in Maverick? You're like, oh my God. I mean, rest in peace, but what the hell did you do to your face? Mickey Rourke. Ray Liotta. By the way, you know what's funny? Ray Liotta used to work out at my gym in Burbank. I know, right? I know. I've always been around this, even though I was out in LA for a while, way back when Ray Liotta was huge. And you know who else worked out at my gym? Paul Walker. So both of them were there every morning up at the World Gym, which was in Burbank up by the airport. And both of them worked out there. I'd be in there at like 8 a.m, and both of them were in there. And Ray Liotta was one of the most intense looking dudes I've ever seen. He just looked like he's going to kill you. So I didn't bother anyone at the gym. I saw what's his ass from Rocket Man. He was at my other gym. All these celebrities, because it's LA. They work out at the gyms. But Paul Walker was good looking kid. He was just into Fast and the Furious, so he was kind of like the thing. And it was weird. He just come in the gym every day. Just like I said, super good looking dude, super blue eyes. But also Ray Liotta. Who else? There's a bunch of people that worked out here. So yeah, but you know what the funny thing is? You see these celebrities, just go, who cares? You know, they're people. I always say this all the time. I don't worship celebrities. You might appreciate what they do. You might be a fan, but I don't worship them. Why would you worship a celebrity? It's lame. It is, right? It's just lame. Oh, dude, no, Kevin. Bride's going to be horrible. Straight up horrible. Okay? Let's watch. Hold on. I think I might have a quick little thing from the Bride. Listen, I want it. Unlike the other people we listened to earlier tonight, I really do want the Bride to be good, but I have a feeling it's going to be a real mess. I think artistically, aesthetically, I'll like it, but from a screenplay and from a tolerability, I have a feeling we're in trouble. I really do. We'll have that Bride evaluation on Thursday. We'll be on here live about 7 o'clock here in LA, 10 o'clock on the East Coast. Let's see, we can watch that. Let's see if there's one more. We didn't even watch the regular. We watched the Red Band. I didn't know there was a regular Faces of Death trailer. I'm sorry, everybody. I showed the Red Band. That was a big mistake by me. Could have gotten away with the other one. What's Pretty Lethal? That sounds terrible. What is all this shit? There's a lot. Hold on, you can't even see what I'm looking at. I got the wrong tab up. Touch Me? Fuck is Touch Me? What is this shit? Some of these movies aren't even movies. Oh, Backrooms. I didn't watch it. Let's watch it. I heard about this. Let's watch Backrooms.
Is out there.
Backrooms is a big deal, right? Is a video game?
Make it yours.
I don't know. I'm not 22, but apparently Backrooms is a big thing as a video game. And the maker of the video game made a movie about Backrooms. Someone tell me what Backrooms is. While I watch this, someone come in and explain it. I want you to be as precise as possible. Pithy and precise about what Backrooms is. Go. Comments. Go.
I found something.
Okay. What did you find?
Found a place. It's massive in there. It just goes on and on and on. All these rooms. This place built, though. Actually, more like it remembers them. And the more times it remembers something, the less it does.
What? The more times it remembers something, the less it does. So is this some kind of like dream thing? Is someone saying in the comments it's a dream? Mall World sounds like a better film. I don't know what liminal space creepypasta. What the fuck does that even mean? I have no idea. I have no clue. Is it even? I don't think it's out there yet. I have not seen it yet. I'll watch it. We'll watch it on Thursday when it comes out. Backrooms is based on your dreams. Okay. A Violent Nature 2. I don't know. I remember the first one. Well, I don't. It's a horror. Oh, is it a horror version of Here? That awful Tom Hanks movie. Boy, holy shit. Zemeckis lost his mind when he made Here. It is horror. Okay. All right. Well, it's good. It's good. Who knows? I believe the video game maker or the maker of the thing made the movie. So he's obviously very knowledgeable about the world. So it's A24. They said, hey, go ahead and make the film you want to make. And it's probably because of younger kids, you're getting that A24 audience. A24 tries to hit millennials and Gen Z. That's what they make their films for. You look at Bodies, which, by the way, is up on our wall. It's hard to see, but I put it up there because I did not like Bodies. But I just laugh because there's actually an award screener of Bodies. It's on the wall here. Trust me. It's not prominently featured, nor should it be. But okay, all right, we'll check it out. I mean, obviously, when's that come out? Is it coming out this year? And if there's a trailer, it's got to be soon. Okay, guys, let's do the comment blast closeout here on this Sunday night. We've already gone over an hour. That means my time's done. Okay, I don't have to keep going. Okay, I'm not Perry Nemiroff, where everyone's clamoring to hear my thoughts 24 hours a day. You guys have already had enough. Okay. If Perry were still talking, she could talk for another 50 hours because we all know that everyone's just sitting around waiting to hear what Perry has to say about a movie. I can't leave. I am paralyzed at home. Until you come in and say what you need to say about the film, Perry, I don't know what to do. Should I even leave the house? I can't. Perry, help me. Please guide me in my life. I feel lost. I need you to lead me to where I need to be. Almighty seer, Perry Nemiroff. That's it. Weber's just done. He's done too much tonight. This is too much. Before was one thing. We dealt with this shit. Tonight, he has gone too far, and we need to put a stop to this. He cannot see any more movies. We need to ban Weber from every movie theater on the planet. He is a toxic garbage disposal. I was gonna say the trash heap from what was that show? Remember what's it called? The Creatures in the Wall, Fraggle Rock. Have you guys seen the trash? Look, this is how my haters view me. You guys ready? This is it. Hold on, ready? Trash heap, Fraggle Rock. You guys ready? This is how I believe they go. This is what Weber is. You guys ready? Are you guys ready? Hold on. You've not seen this before. Look, there's the trash heap. Oh, damn it. I don't have it up again. Okay, get ready. Here it is. This is how the haters are like, Weber's the trash heap from Fraggle Rock. They're like, look, he's got glasses. He's the trash heap from Fraggle Rock. He's the worst thing ever in the history of the planet. He calls people out and makes people feel bad about their things that they do that they should feel bad about. Kevin, I know. And tonight I feel like maybe I shouldn't, but I'm just kind of chill tonight. All right, it's the comment blast closeout. Let's see what we got here tonight. I might have a track lined up here. Let's go and you know what's still in theaters? Let's go ahead and pull it up. This is where is it? Here it is. Hold on. Ready? Okay, hold on. This is the one I wanted. There. This is always perfect this is from Surat. Big fan of Surat score, and this is the score from Surat. Which is one of the foreign films this year. I'm sorry, foreign language. Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. What are we calling it now? Films not in the English language. So yeah, let's do it. Comment blast goes out. By the way, I want to say one thing that I am gonna do an MMT Gets Freaky stream in the near future because there's a lot of stuff that I've got to talk about. There is without question something that's here. I've said it before. I have video proof. I am 100% certain. It is right outside of our window. It is here. Okay? Trust me, it is here. I know you guys are like, this dude really's lost it. I can show. I'm not going to do it tonight. We'll do it another night. No, it's here. It's here. And this is what explains what you're seeing everywhere. Thank you. Appreciate it. Information, man. Did I miss any super chats? No, I did not. I got a couple here tonight. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Anything's good. The stream's just fun to do. What is this? I am Marjorie the trash heap. I'm sure someone's gonna definitely use that now. This is Eric Weber. He's the trash heap. I know that's Val Kilmer. Did I say that? Did I say the wrong thing? Maybe I did. A makeup artist? Maybe. Something like, yeah, I don't know. It's definitely not him. I don't know what's going on. Not Jim is manners. I didn't even listen to it, but I'm sure. Northridge AMC. What? Hold on. Seriously? Oh, you're saying it will, Luis. See? Okay, so look. Luis, who I see all the time over at AMC Burbank, Luis is saying he goes to Northridge AMC, says it's going to shut its doors. He's calling it because he says it's always a ghost town. And that's what I hear from Menzel. Menzel lives a little bit outside of LA. He's in LA, but he's like a little bit on the fringes. And he says he goes to his local theater, there's nobody there. Because here's the thing is, I go to AMC Burbank, the number one AMC in the world. So I am biased, right? I am not seeing reality. I am seeing an artificial belief of what I'm seeing is this is how it is everywhere. It's not. But whenever I go to AMC Burbank, you're still looking at pretty good crowds. Now, I have noticed, I'm telling you right now, when I started going to that theater in 2022, I got AMC A-list. I started going religiously for the past, 4 years now. The crowds are definitely smaller than they used to be. Without question. In the past, if there was an early access screening, it would sell out. It would be gone in seconds. Now there's still seats like right before showtime. And a lot of the screenings are like half full. And again, this is here at the number one AMC. So if you go to the AMC in Northridge, which is still LA, so imagine the AMC in Dayton, the AMC in Columbus, Ohio, my hometown, the AMC in Raleigh, North Carolina, the AMC in Jacksonville, Florida. It is dead. If Northridge is dead, Northridge is more of an accurate look at what these things look like outside, because Northridge is so far, far enough out of LA that the industry people aren't going there. All the industry people go to AMC Burbank because they live here very close, and it's AMC Burbank is really glorious because you've got 3 locations, 16, 8, and 6. You got 30 screens. They're all showing cool stuff. And you're looking for a small film, they pretty much have it. They show distributors that most AMCs would never touch because it's AMC Burbank. And it's cinephilic. So I'm very blessed. But for a lot of you, you're going to have a hard time because these movie theaters are not going to be there. You're not going to have your local theater, I guarantee it. The indie theaters will start to go next. Indie theaters will start to close. I have a little place back in Columbus, Ohio called the Drexel. I'll bet the Drexel is really hurting because indie movies are not doing well anymore. People are watching them on streaming. They're not going out to see them. So it's only the event films that are doing well. And because the event films don't really play at the Drexels of the world back in Columbus or wherever that may be, Lemley here, they're going to start having to play those movies because they have to get people to come. They're not watching these small little indie films anymore. The films from distributors that even lower than an A24 Neon, the IFCs even lower. You look at Gravitas Ventures or something like that. You're talking about Greenwich. You're looking at Greenwich, whatever it is. And you look at them being they're not doing well. They're doing really poorly. And those theaters, they depend on that, and people aren't going to movies anymore. The kids aren't. They're not. 100%. I know it sucks. I'm sorry, guys. It's not unfortunate. Oh, there's Of a Violent Nature 2 trailer. Let's watch it on Thursday. I'm so burnt right now, Jacob. I'll watch it on Thursday because we have The Bride. I'll watch a trailer. But yeah, In a Violent Nature's kind of an interesting film for a little while. I think it runs out of gas, but I'm down with the second one. The first one was really short, if I remember correctly, which I like. Any movie that's like 85 minutes is usually going to be a winner in my book. But again, guys, listen. Sorry I had to do what I had to do tonight. Off the top with Perry. What a bad person I am for calling someone out for being duplicitous. I sincerely hope you find room in your heart to forgive me for being the quote bad guy for calling these people out. Listen, first of all, there are very few real friends in this business. Let's make sure that's very clear. A bunch of phonies, okay? Not a phony. These people that are in the space, a lot of them are just fake ass bitches, straight up. I just be blunt. So, I don't care. You think I give a shit? And then, by the way, these aren't my colleagues. That's what people say. I'm sorry, we don't all work at the same place. What are you talking about? Someone said that one time. What are you talking about? We don't work. My colleague? What are you talking about? A colleague, someone that works with you. Film critics, by and large, are unpaid. You guys know that, right? It is a hobby. Get with it. What year do you think we're? We think we're Siskel and Ebert? I mean, there's a few people that do really well in this space. You look at Jeremy Johns, OG. You look at Chris Stuckman, OG. You look at Grace Randolph, OG. It's very few. There are very few people in the film space that make legitimate money doing this. You could name, there's fewer than 10. Way fewer than 10. Probably fewer than 5. I just named most of them. There might be 1 or 2 outliers out there, but I'm not talking about rich. I'm talking about making a living, but it's not like they're rich. Jeremy Johns is making the most money. Probably, I would say he and Stuckman are way up there. They're making hundreds of thousands. It's great. Campea probably does well too. I think he's probably down and he is. But I mean, listen, at the end of the day, if I would have started way back when, we'd be the #1 film show. No question about it. But we started in 2022. But it's fine. It doesn't matter. I don't care. I really don't care. I mean that. You guys know that. It's like, why? I just do it because I enjoy it. And the nice part about this, and let me just close with this as this track fades off. I think it's very important in life that you understand that when you're doing something, you need to do it. And when it's over, it's over. You do not carry things over to the next thing. So in other words, when this stream is over, it's done. I am not thinking about it again. And I think that's the best way to approach it. The more you start to let things bleed into other things and think about, well, what's the next thing? What's the next thing? What's the next thing? You're in trouble. And I think that goes for the gym, that goes for your job, that goes for whatever it is that you have in your life. Just do it at the moment and then move on. Do not labor in your mind about it, because then it drags through everything. And I think what I love about the stream the most is I give it all when I'm on live, and then when it's over, it is fucking over. And guess what? The stream is over. Thanks for being here live from LA. MMT is off the air. See you on Thursday for The Bride. That should be fun. Good night from LA.